There's a couple of things that I want to talk about in this video in particular, and one of them is a video that is being shared currently over on X. Lots of people sharing it, especially if you're in Australia, saying that this is a invasion, and I would have to actually agree with people. Like, this is not the Australia that I remember. Now, yes, we had the Sydney Harbour Bridge march that was a couple of weeks ago now, and then we had this happen. I think it was this week because I think this only happened recently because this is the video that is being shared relatively recently, I believe it is. But this is the first thing that I want to show you all. Thousands of Muslims on the streets of Sydney, some of them even waving the Hamas flag, and some of them wearing the terrorist memorabilia. And obviously you've got the imams in the front, and one person, I think, is a priest. I don't know. He's carrying a flag. So a cross, sorry. So this, to me, I don't recognize Sydney anymore. I don't recognize Australia when you're doing this. You're marching on the streets of Sydney, beating your chests as you're marching. This, to me, kind of looks like a war chant or a war cry, even though they're acting all peaceful. They're on the streets of Sydney, for goodness sake. I don't know about you, but I've had enough. I've had enough of this. Why are they doing this in Australia, in a democratic society? Because they've had enough of what's going on in Gaza. Well, guess what? Get the hell over to Gaza for all we care. I don't want you here. I don't want you. I understand we've got freedom of speech and we can, march the streets all we want in protest and everything like that. But every single damn weekend or weekday or whatever, whenever this was, I'm fed up with it. I'm sure many of my fellow viewers are fed up with this. Islam is taking over. And if we're not careful, this is what Australia is going to look like even more of, except a lot worse. Believe you me. Have a watch of this. This shows me this video of them all walking side by side, waving terrorist flags. This shows me that they're all in solidarity with one another. And this shows me that they are taking over. They've won, effectively speaking. If they can do this in Australia and no pushback whatsoever, goodness knows what else is going to happen. I mean, there was a video that I made of thousands of Muslims gathering around a Catholic church in Melbourne, for goodness sake. Mainstream media didn't report on that. It's a sign that they're showing all of us that, like, they're not hiding it. They know they can do it. You got the imams in front. You got all the people in the back. Like, let's go. I don't know about you, but if I'm an Australian and I saw this happening on the streets of Sydney, you'd be afraid. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, this doesn't seem normal to me. Why are they marching? This to me seems like it's a war march. They may seem like it's all peaceful, but it's intimidation. Look at us. We've got the numbers. What have you got? And because the vast majority of Australians are peaceful and they wouldn't care less about doing this, why in the world are they doing this? It makes no sense to me. I want to show you guys this. Woke left. All nationalism is evil except Palestine. Woke right. All nationalism is good except Israel. Two distinct ends. Woke left joins with the Palestinian cause, and same with the woke right. They hate Israel. They'll bash Israel. Woke left bashes Israel too. So Israel is the enemy on both sides now. Hence why you got to come to the middle. I saw that and I thought it was brilliant. Now, here's another thing that's happening over in the UK that we already know what's going on in the UK at the moment. It seems like it's fallen. Sydney is going to be next, or Melbourne's going to be next, or just Australia in general. I think Brisbane or Queensland, I don't think they will let it happen for a long time yet, but still, they're coming here, they're taking over, and it's not looking good. You guys saw the video of them marching. They want to keep marching. They want to make their presence known. I mean, hell, last year in Town Hall, passing all the Muslims protesting for Palestine. And that was back then, last year, and things have heightened and increased this year. Believe you me, ever since the Iran conflict, it's gotten worse. Now, over in the UK, this woman is saying, Christian woman living in the modern Leicester in England, saying that they are forced to listen to chants from the mosques about quite a few times a day, about 5 times a day, I believe it is. Have a watch.
Get this, the English Christians within Leicester are having to listen to the Islamic call to prayer 5 times a day from 70 different mosques. Have a listen to this. This is the residents of Leicester's morning wake-up call. But yet, they don't want us to ring our church bells. Please, will somebody explain this to me? Somebody make this make sense.
How crazy is that in Leicester? 70 different mosques. 70 mosques. That is nuts. It's bad enough having one, but 70 and having to listen to the Islamic prayer 5 times a day. If that is not signaling that we own your backsides, I don't know what is. That is signaling to me we've conquered you. Just as much as these people walking down the streets of Sydney in full solidarity, waving the terrorist flag, chanting, that signals to me that they've taken over and we can do absolutely nothing about it. And our leaders have won. They've won because our leaders have given it over. UK happened over there. It's happening here. We allow these people in, they'll take over. They didn't have to do much because we bent over backwards for them. Here you go. I don't want to see Australia turn into the Middle East. But that's what it's turning into. Seeing this kind of stuff in Sydney, Australia, man, you'd imagine you see it over in the Middle East. But somehow you're seeing it here. That's concerning. And a lot of the people that are protesting for the Free Palestine movement have got no idea why the hell they're there in the first place. When are people going to wake up and realize that we're being conquered right before our very eyes? And the ones that are marching or protesting, I mean, there was a video that I saw just today, even over in the UK. Man, the pro-Palestinian mob marching, people in masks, they saw a man and they started bashing him just randomly on the street. And then a whole mob came over, started beating up on him. All because he opposed the protest. It's not safe anymore. because they get away with it. Oh, and there was a guy that I think it was a Congress, not congressman, a councilman, I believe his name is, in, I think it was somewhere in Melbourne from memory. Maybe it was Melbourne or maybe it was somewhere else. Can't remember exactly where it is, but I do remember that he was, yeah, it was over in the UK. He was a councilman in the UK, and he was chanting some very vile remarks. But if, let's just say, if that had been Tommy Robinson, he would have been thrown back in prison. But because he was an Islamic councilman, gets let off. Two-tier justice in the UK. Same thing will happen here in Australia. Mark my words. Don't believe me? You guys saw the video, right? It's all part of it. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.